Despite how difficult they are to win, claw machines have always been a cool way to win prizes. Most of the time being stocked with plush toys, figures, candy, and even live lobsters, yeah. But mostly just plush toys. In this video, I'll be talking about UFO machines and why they are one of the biggest reasons that Animal Crossing plushes are so rare. Keep in mind that while UFO Catcher is a trademark owned by Sega, I'll be using it in a more broad sense, referring to claw machines in general, mainly the ones with 2 claws. Animal Crossing, or as it was first called in Japan, Dobutsu no Mori, was released in Japan on April 14th, 2001. Which actually means that Animal Crossing's 15th anniversary is coming up, at least for the Japanese release, and the 14th anniversary for the US release since it came out only a year later. Anyways, during the early 2000s, these machines featured merchandise from countless products, with Animal Crossing being no exception. With the bright, attractive colors and the recognizable fan favorites from the game, these machines aimed to drain your wallet of every last penny. And most of the time, this was the case. On the off chance that you did win, you'd soon come to the sad realization that you spent $50 on a $10 plush toy. The difficulty of these machines made it very hard to obtain these plushes. Another factor that we have to consider is the popularity of the game at the time of its release. Since it was the first game in the series, it obviously wasn't nearly as popular as it is today. This resulted in fewer people recognizing the plushes and actually having the desire to try and win them. This is proven by the fact that there's so little documentation on these plushes, and many of the sites that did have stuff on them have long been shut down. Body shape is something that needs to be taken into account when trying to win anything from a UFO machine. Points where you can hook on, push, or grab need to be carefully calculated. Many of the Animal Crossing plushes have big heads and small bodies, which makes it tough to grab onto them without the weight being unequally distributed, resulting in another dollar down the drain. Another thing that's contributed to the rarity of these plushes is simply their age. These plushes are nearly 15 years old, and the ones that have been trashed, lost, or covered in little kids' Cheeto fingers are few and far between. Not to mention that they could still be in poor condition and possibly be missing the tag, which is actually a pretty big deal to many plush collectors out there. Thankfully, though only for a short time, UFO machines were not the only way to get these plushes. For a very short time back then, these plushes were available to order online directly from Nintendo. The short availability of this ordering service, combined with the fact that online ordering wasn't nearly as popular back then, made it to where these plushes were still hard to come by. Fast forward 15 years and Animal Crossing collecting is actually starting to gain some traction, with some plushes selling for hundreds of dollars. Yeah, Tangy, I'm looking at you. While I sure didn't pay $300 for Tangy, I actually did manage to snag one with a tag for around $50. Not bad. Also, just about a month ago, I was following an auction that featured tons of rare Animal Crossing plushie goodness. It had 2 of the hardest to find plushes in all of Animal Crossing collecting, Kiki and Midge. I actually know the person who won the auction, and they told me that they hadn't seen either of those 2 in over 8 years of daily online auction searching. And you could tell how badly he wanted them, since he managed to drop a cool $1,050 on the auction. Maybe one day I'll be rich enough to spend $1,000 on Animal Crossing plushes. That about wraps up today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, a like would be greatly appreciated. And if you want to stay up to date and see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Tune in next time to watch me rub peanut butter all over my body.